we can get back into the game sooner. I apologize. That one's on me. That one's on me.
And I love that everybody's picked up on the voice line meta with people spamming "Do you love me?" and then the other answering "No" immediately after it.
Yeah. I still like the voice of "Do you love me?" It's like such a deep voice. Like I hear it in my ear and I'm like, "Whoa, wait, who just said that?" Until I realized it was actually said in Dota. Really fun. So we have here a little smoke action coming on from the Radiant just to get to their positions and in their lanes.
And DogChamp guarding that entrance into their triangle and into their side camp because this puck is going to want to clear that during the laning stage in order to get ahead of the invoker. And they have protected that successfully. Normally we see a lot of smokes, sometimes even from both sides, just to get wards or sentries into the small camps, but not this time.
Yeah. So overall, looking at this laning stage, where would you say are we going to see the most action here? Where is the potential for the kills?
Wherever the Spirit Breaker goes, honestly, which is he could be
We
anywhere.
might already see a little early level 1 engagement. Zora and Shu engaging in a 2v4, and Shu is gonna be caught out pretty alone here. Is that gonna be enough damage to bring him down? No, but that's a lot of damage onto him, and he has no self. He's gonna be forced to go back to base.
Actually bring a self toward himself as well, but I think that's just bought with the money and not actually to use. He's going to go right on towards his laning stage. He's going to be joining Comfort in the bottom lane, up versus Luki and Yaren. This is a very spammy lane, and the PA already has her magic stick at ready, but of course so do both of her opponents.
Yeah. And Shu, he already comes in, arcane curses onto them, and they know no spells to be cast right now.
And this is what annoys the Weaver so much versus the Silencer. He definitely has to cool it for a bit with his spell spamming. Blocking the camp, very nice.
Actually, oh, he didn't block the camp. He walked away a little bit too early there, and Garin now caught out here without Shukuchi. He's taking a lot of damage in return.
I should know better than to praise players.
You caster cursed him, Kips.
Earliest caster curse ever recorded.
Meanwhile, up top, Conka and PL are behind enemy lines for the Conka. Just casual stuff, you know. Happens nowadays.
Wake me up having dragged the creep wave over, and then the PL of course takes his two behind the tower. Trying to get level 2 on that Spirit Breaker in order to outdo the Bane, but you know, Bane trading with a Bane level 1 is practically impossible. This is such a win for Bloody 9. Look at him.
Yeah.
Denied his entire wave. Alright, I'm exaggerating, but only a little bit.
I mean, like 2 out of 4 creeps have been denied. Now, TP home from the Spirit Breaker, he now has level 2, so charge will be available. And the question is going to be, where's the Spirit Cow gonna go? Top.
Yeah, presumably straight back, because otherwise this Kunkka immediately loses the lane. Bane is such a monster right now.
So at the same time, bottom, they're trying to go on to Comfort here with the bugs. You mentioned the minus armor, and Comfort, he's getting lower and lower. One more Shukuchi, the Beetle is going to be enough, and Yarin gonna take that kill. And even looking for Shu here.
Yep, and as good as Shu is in trading versus his Weaver, as soon as this lane decides to go for the kill, there's really nothing that a Silencer can do. All he can do is walk back and make sure that the PA can blink to you. Sadness.
Now, Bloody 9 and Wake Me Up are gonna do some more trading up top. With the Tidebringer, they're now going on to the Bane here, looking to finish him off, but he had more than enough regen and health, and he's a Bane. So, as at the same time, bottom, action in both lanes. Luki just took a few too many tower shots and died.
Unfortunate.
Oh, that's a big kill there for the PA who got that kill, like the kill gold for herself.
Very nice. I wonder what kind of build the PA is going to go in this game. I guess it can only be Battle Fury, although we have seen the Maelstrom build recently, and it is very tempting to have the full Mjolnir ready later on
Meanwhile,
versus
up
EPL as
top,
well.
Wake Me Up just going after Bloody 9 under the tower, but not quite enough. Yeah, like it is certainly a question, what is the PA gonna go for? I also kind of wonder, just like short term, is she gonna go for an Orb of Corrosion? Right now it's down bottom, trying to turn onto Shu, and is going to go down in exchange for the Weaver. And both cores happy with that, supports unhappy. Unfortunate for them.
Definitely, and Luki will start really spamming the wave out now. He's going to go for the Orb of Corrosion himself as well. Really going to add a lot of minus armor onto that swarm from the Weaver. And the PA has, in fact, a point into the blur at the ready. All but a must in this lane.
Now, I'm gonna get another Arcane Curse out. Not too much after that. And up top, like, feels like both side lanes are very, very spam heavy right now. Let's take a quick look at the mid lane. Oh, the charge coming through from Wake Me Up. Nothing happening. Mid lane is just a trade war, both heroes farming. I should not have looked away. And supports killing each other once again.
Both cores killing their supports once again. But no, that mid lane was never going to be very much. This is Puck versus Invoker. The Puck can't spam out the wave as much as he used to. And one of the ways to properly win a lane versus Invoker is to shove him under tower and make him last hit versus that tower and you. But Puck doesn't push that hard these days. The Invoker can definitely, as long as he keeps on focusing on his right clicking, keep that at bay in this matchup. And then the Puck doesn't have as much time as he would really want to get, of course, the creeps in the side camp down, so not much to do here for either.
Bottom is getting really scary now as Luki has hit level 6 on his Pangolier. Comfort on the PA not quite there yet. And the damage from an early Rolling Thunder can never be underestimated.
Absolutely not. As well as the safety that it brings you. He can go into the Rolling Thunder whenever he wants this lane. And it means that he's basically immortal right now if he saves himself the mana.
Yeah. That's always very unfortunate when you accidentally spam out one spell too much and like, oh, should not.
Look at how much priority they're giving Yaren here. He actually got to go to the all the way to the mid lane, grab a wave there, while the Puck was just clearing out camps, and he has now hit level 7. He's got a Dream Coil with Comfort's name on it, I think.
That's certainly the dream target, but it does not look like they're gonna find that. This award is gonna be found, and Rayla Lisa is gonna go back to the mid lane. But overall in this laning stage, if you just take a quick look at last hits here, relatively even, a little bit in favor here for DogChamp. Was that to be expected, or does Felt feel like they need to put on the pressure a little bit more? Oh, the bash onto Stone Bank, not gonna be enough. He still has Doppelganger, he's fine. They're actually gonna TPing in on the Weaver. Wake Me Up is gonna get Nightmare, and with the Shikuchi and the Beetles, the Swarm is just too strong.
SB very tanky, but a lot of that is his 5 armor, so taking that away, very nice.
And they might even go for more here. The Conquer, he has his ultimate, but there are 3 heroes. Did they get in range for the Nightmare? Not quite. At the same time, in the mid lane, Puck.
Oh!
That's gonna be a solo kill here for the Invoker. Solji making it happen.
He was so far away with that right click that he didn't even get the Urn Charge, but yeah, that's remarkable.
At the same time, the Rolling Thunder coming out here, they're looking to go on to PA, but PA gets to jump away, and Luki trying to get away from this Invoker now and will be successful at doing so. As at the same time now, action, you mentioned it at the beginning of the draft, action everywhere. Action everywhere is exactly what we're getting here. The TP from the puck up top, the Dream Coil onto 2, Kunkka is dead, Spirit Breaker is gonna go down as well. And Invoker made his TP, but he is in a 1v3 situation, not too much he can do there, especially without that Urn Charge, as you mentioned.
Very unfortunate for him. You know, I'm not knocking the fact that he got a solo kill. I'm still kind of baffled by that, but man, that would have been extra good if he got the Urn Charge, and I bet he could have actually had some impact in a top fight if he had it, but not this time, and Solji has to vacate the lane again.
Meanwhile, speaking of Urn Charges, Yareen has his, and it's gonna go straight on to Shu here, who is gonna be forced to TP out. Yareen, as you mentioned, he got a lot of priority. He's already level 5 and 2/3, and a full Urn finished.
And Yaren always finds these opportunities for himself. I mean, my first introduction to him pretty much was getting to watch him farm up offlaner's level of farm, and then later on mid laner levels of farm on a Keeper of the Light. This man knows how to hit creeps, and I'm not surprised to see him find those wherever he can this game here as well. And he is once again on mid pushing out versus this Invoker while the puck was still in base.
And now 10 minutes in this game, who's gonna get the 10-minute mark rune? It's gonna be a haste for the Weaver. But will be dispelled, and he is going to die as he doesn't have his Dream Coil, doesn't have his time lapse yet.
Fortunate. And incredibly enough right now, the Radiants are not looking to defend the bottom tower at all. They're just
They're gonna go on the Stone Bank up top. They get the kill off the PL and the Bane. That's how to get your PA involved.
Dominating streak right now. I did not expect the PL to still be top. He in fact retreated to the jungle a while ago already, but figured that he could stay. And with Lucky being uncontested on bot, I guess he should have seen that coming. I certainly did not. I was also confusedly looking at bot lane like, wait, why are they not defending? They have a great defensive team fight, but well, there goes the PL.
And now it's also DogChamp can't really defend it despite having the Rolling Thunder. They are looking to make a play into mid though. Rolling Thunder gonna be threatened by Lucky, but he knows now that there's a ward there since the tower hit him. And Bloody 9 gonna get a Bloody D ward there.
And neither of these teams push towers very well. A little bit of an advantage here to Felt with the Invoker, but that's about it. Most of them are about creep wave killing, especially DogChamp. And that means that usually in order to get these tower kills, we're going to see dives or we're going to see people trading.
We have here another charge coming through, going straight onto the Bane. A nice Nightmare save for himself. Is it going to be enough will be the question, as 3 heroes are hitting onto him and the tornado is coming through. The answer is a resounding no.
In the meantime, Lucky made an attempt onto Zor on the bottom lane here, but not nearly enough damage. He's just a Pango with an Orb of Corrosion. Kunkka is a tanky man.
Yep. And it feels like right now DogChamp is a little bit like everybody kind of for himself. As at the same time Felt, they're just all together here, going on to Lucky. The X marks the spot, brings him back there, and the boat over the top. And that is going to be the death of Angolier. Tornado sidestepped here by the puck. Now without Pango, they might even make an attempt at this tier 1 mid tower. PL is farming his triangle, but this tower would be very, very good for a Radiant to take. But as you mentioned, neither team really has tower damage. So we might be in for a little bit of a slower game in terms of the objectives, but certainly not in terms of kills.
Exactly. Zor is now flying in his armlet, so he already had a bunch of armor at the ready with that Helm of Iron Will. Anything that buys an armlet these days is an offlaner pretty much. because the armor makes you scale so well into the lane and into the mid game. As hey, Comfort keeps on murdering people.
Yeah, although
He's
he
so
might just get
active.
murdered himself back, though. The Rolling Thunder coming out. They put the Nightmare out onto the Spirit Breaker to make sure there's no saving the PA. And Luki making short work with the roll.
Finally punished. He was getting away with too much, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it when a PA gets out of control, but she is still very fragile. And of course, her build, by the way, we were asking this earlier, has been answered. It's the Battle Fury Classic.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit too good this game to not go for it, especially against the PL.
Of course, the PL has his own classic item at the ready already. It's going to be the Diffusal Blade. Sometimes PLs show up once they have this, but in a game versus Silencer, I think he'd really rather wait until he has the Manta style as well, so he can actually purge off the silence.
Yeah, if he's getting caught out of position with just the silence, he might just die. As at the same time up top, the charge coming through onto the Pangolier with the Invoker there as well. He is tanky, but not nearly tanky enough. But at the same time, there's gonna be a smoke from Dire that's looking to re-engage into this. We'll see how they're gonna approach it.
I'm surprised to not see them move up earlier. That's I think Comfort definitely should not have stayed for that wave with nobody showing on the map, but just a little bit of hesitation from DogChamp and he gets away scot-free. Once again. How dare he?
And although Comfort is getting a lot, like PL is still #1 in net worth, but that is most likely gonna change once the Battle Fury arrives for Comfort, as does now. 15-minute Battle Fury with treads and a full one. That's pretty good timing there, and now its farm's just gonna accelerate.
But don't underestimate the
they're gonna go onto mid, straight onto the Conquer. Global Silence coming out to cancel the Rolling Thunder, and they're trying to re-engage onto this. A 2v4 situation for the Radiant. The charge now coming through, hits onto 2 heroes, time-lapse back, and nobody dies. Okay. What a fight here in the mid lane. Stonebank walks up for... That's a pretty ballsy play there.
Brave, but you can see that he's very excited about the global being down.
Yeah.
We're not done yet.
Now they're finding the Spirit Breaker here. The Rolling Thunder coming through, hits onto 2. This is Luki's specialty right there. And that is going to be Zor and Wake Me Up very low, but not dead yet. Zor getting gone on by the Weaver is going to die. They find the Invoker as well. And Zor actually still survived thanks to the just like pure tankiness.
I am very surprised to see him not go for the armor and instead Vanguard, but I guess it saved his life here, and he might be looking for a Crimson Guard later on versus the PL then.
Vanguard charge from Spirit Breaker. It's gonna stop.
Sorry, I'm just bewildered by the Vanguard.
The Vanguard built for the Conquer. Into an Aghanim Scepter, so just looking to be as tanky and as disruptive as possible.
Yep, and normally you see that with straight BKB into Aghanims.
Yeah.
But Zor taking a little bit of a roundabout way here. I guess he feels that there's too much physical damage here to properly rely on the BKB, as well as the BKB just having a longer build-up.
And now Bloody 9 as well as Luki have been found here. X marks the spot with the boat straight onto the Pango. At the same time, Wake Me Up is in a little bit of a predicament against 2 supports, but with the support of his team, he will be able to make short work. Time-lapse back here from Irene, but the charge coming through from Wake Me Up. And now X marks the spot. Early, but he might have a Shikuchi. And gets out. I feel like that's already kind of what we're seeing, like this Weaver gets away with a lot, although it is still died to Arcane Curse, 30 HP now.
Very close, and he bought himself a Yule Scepter to be able to do exactly this. Go in, purge off the X marks, and save himself from all of the incredible follow-up damage that Feld can provide, and without that they can't really catch him because there's no direct point-and-click stuns otherwise on Feld. They need that X.
Yep. Now we have a DD on the Invoker. The Netreth lead is now slowly going towards Dire though, also as they have taken the mid tower. They go in with the Dream Call straight onto Conker. Conker is very tanky though. He's still at only half health. Sidesteps to Rolling Thunder. And that was multiple ultimates committed here by the Dire as Global Silence is still up.
Means Feld wants to go.
They want to go in. Yule Scepter onto the Invokers. Spearbreaker already quite low, but there's the Global Silence Comfort going in. Finds the first kill here. They find the second. And that's Bloody 9 and Lucky going down. That's just very nice patience there. And in a way, it felt a little bit DogChamp wanted to force the Global Silence with that mid engagement onto the Conker. But they, like, Radiant just held it until they engaged themselves.
Exactly. And they're going to be rewarded with this middle tower now. Very nicely done by Felt.
Yeah, and this PA, she's getting big. I'm getting a little bit scared. Just a little bit. PA is always just gonna be like the ooh. At some point, the Stifling Daggers comes in and just takes 2/3 of your health, and you're like, oopsie.
Yeah, people start disappearing into clouds of blood, that sort of thing. It's I understand that it's spooky.
Has now the BKB finished? Is this now like where Radiant wants to go for timing? Although, hold that thought, Dire, they are gonna go for a 5-man smoke here, looking for the enemy triangle as Comfort has just left it, however. This smoke, we'll see what they can find with that Comfort not showing himself. Nobody is in the triangle, but they scan it out. And they will not find anything with that. Although the Invoker is gonna get caught by the Dream Call, has the Ghost Walk with the stun and just gets out. That's once again DogChamp using their ultimates to no avail. They get nothing out of that apart from a little bit of map control into the triangle. But now Radiant, they're ready to re-engage into this. Bloody 9 is dead already. Now the disarm coming on to both of them here. PL does not want to be a part of it anymore. Sees the BKB and knows there's no fighting this PA right now. At the charge still coming through. They're still looking for more doppelganger. Stonebank, now they're trying to turn this around. There's no more BKB. Comfort is gonna get the jump away. A few more right clicks are gonna be able to do it. Yareen comes through, kills the PA. Now Global Silence here from the Silencer, but it is a little bit too late there as they will lose the Conker. On the other side though, they find the Weaver and the
Pango, that's okay though.
Yeah.
Kuka also got run down. Now it's Shu's turn. That was, you were talking about, is this the timing where Radiant wants to fight? And I was going to say no, because the PA is not a 2-timing item hero. It's a 3-item timing hero, because she needs a damage item on top of BKB Battle Fury as well.
As you see here in the replay, we see it like just the BKB was already used and Dire, they're ready to pounce onto it, turn it straight around and kill her. And once she's dead, they're like Radiant just has to skedoodle. They just have to get out.
So many illusions built up from the PL as well. Nothing you can do anymore. And that's, yeah, as I was saying, she needs to use that BKB right at the start of the fight, but she doesn't have damage yet, which means that it is unfortunately already used by the time that DogChamp decide to turn.
Yeah, it is as you mentioned, like the PA she wants to kill in 2 or 3 hits. And if she's not able to do that, like she might be able to survive while she has the BKB, but then you haven't killed anybody. Like even they killed the Bane. But it still does not matter as Pango. Too much lockdown together with the PL over the top, who has more than enough damage to take the PA down.
And there is also, of course, a Witchblade onto the puck, so he has some True Strike to add into the mix as well with that damage over time.
I always kind of forget that Witchblade has that, like, this True Strike attack. Like, I know, like, about the dot, but it's kind of like a small little thing that it has the True Strike as well, which is very nice against the PA. Meanwhile, the Invoker also has a Witchblade finished, now going for his own BKB. As now they're invading here on the Radiant side. X marks the spot onto Yareen. He has gonna be caught here by the Torrent as his Yule Step was still on cooldown. They're trying to go on to Blade 9, but the BKB is gonna be canceling the Fiend Script with the Global Silence here. Comfort trying to fight back, but BKB is about to run out. Goes onto the Weaver. Weaver is dead now. Comfort now, though. It's gonna be Dream Coil up and Stonebank. He is still looking good, looking mighty fine. Zor able to get the TP out, but it is a disaster of a fight here for the Radiant.
Absolutely incredible, and this just shows off how good of a PL game this really is, because Stonebank is stunned at the start of that fight by the charge in, looks around a bit for a target, and only then decides to start building up his army, and then afterwards he gets another Spirit Breaker stone to the face again, still builds up, still turns it around, and the PA, again, they only kill the Bane with her damage, and after that her BKB is over.
Yeah. And she is able to deal with these supports, the PA, the Weaver, like those are food for her, but like this PL, he hasn't even really built damage yet, and he is already shredding through them.
Something extra for the effort.
All you need is a diffusal blade.
Yeah. Oh, up top here, Lalisa is gonna get caught out here by the Spirit Breaker. Gets a phase shift. It's gonna be able to get away. Nope. Comfort just waits there. One more right click is more than enough. Wake Me Up is gonna be the sacrificial Spirit Cow here.
Stonebank coming in. Interesting to note here, by the way, that Yaren not opting for an Aghanims build-up at all. He is going to go in for more damage, going to finish up that Spirit Vessel soon, and then after that, Lotus Orb to make sure that he can actually purge silence off of one very deserving teammate. That's going to be huge.
Meanwhile, we haven't really seen anything out of the Conqueror yet. He's kind of made his mind, like, went back and forth. He now even has that Helm of the Iron Will in his backpack, looking for his own Lotus Orb. But not really, no real item finished for him. Like, all of these are just build-up items, which is a little bit unfortunate there for him.
Yeah, he definitely feels like he can't choose, and I know that there's a lot of items in the shop, but you gotta finish something at some point, man.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the Lotus, finally. He is very tanky now, though.
Charge with the Shadow Blade, and he's fine. Oh, actually, might not be fine. There's the Dream Coil. Never mind, I jinxed him. Not fine at all.
Always.
Sorry, wait. As Luki, there's just gonna be Lotus Orbs galore. Luki going for his own Lotus Orb as well. Puck going for a Lincoln Sphere. And I also want to say, like, Lalisa, we haven't really seen too much out of the pocket, but it felt like the Dream Calls were always there when they were needed. So very nicely done by them.
They were. I mean, we've had two fights where DogChamp didn't quite use their ultimates correctly and they got hit by the Global Silence here. But by now it's a lot easier for them to throw them willy-nilly because most of the people on DogChamp right now have a way to get rid of that silence already. 2 Yules plus the Manta Style is 3 heroes who can fight straight on through the Global. And then once those Lotus Orbs are finished, the entire team can fight straight on.
Silencer, also, like, we mentioned about that, like, the Silencer, it looks like a very good silence game, but now, like, he's very much nullified. How can you rectify that on the side of Feld? Like, what kind of fight do they need to take? Because the last 2 have not looked good for them at all.
They're in a situation where they kept on bringing comfort to these fights because they're kind of low on damage, especially with the build from their Kunkka. Invoker doesn't really bring the damage until the levels in Exort really start coming in and you start seeing big sun strikes, meatballs. So they brought comfort in before he had his damage item, and that in turn got them further behind. And by now the enemy has itemized versus their Silencer. You're going to most likely have to save it, and this Kunkka might have to aggressively frontline for a bit. We haven't really seen him attract much attention yet. It's hard to do as a Kunkka because you're fairly ignorable if you don't have damage. But he might just need to position up more, soak some damage, See if he can force some Yule Scepters with an X mark, and then you can throw the global on. But even then,
Okay, whatever, dude. I just
the Lotus
I'm
Orbs are
not even
coming.
trying right now, and I'm lagging.
I mean, he has his own Lotus Orb. So we'll see what he's gonna be able to make do with that. And that's gonna be the game changer here. Tier 2 bottom gonna die. Gonna fall, I should say. At the same time, Comfort up top. Has it level 20? Wonder if he went for the Blur Evasion, which feels very, very good against the PL in this game, because PL doesn't want to build MKB because it doesn't work on illusions. Meanwhile, Shu is dead.
I mean, Pill doesn't want to, but he's going to anyway.
Yeah. As they are trying to go onto Zor here, going in with the Rolling Thunder, and the lockdown is just going to be there, and that's a dead Conker.
Well,
it feels like a little bit like DogChamp is right now rolling over them, and no pun intended, they have the Rolling Thunder, but they're getting caught out one by one, as up top with the Sunstrike, not going to be enough to take down the Weaver. He has time lapse and he gets up.
Yaren's having himself such a good time. Do you love me? I do actually, Yaren. You were also lovely in our interview last week.
Now, DogChamp have taken pretty much control of this game, and it is on Feld to claim it back. And you mentioned like they need to find some more like frontlining for the Conker, but also Comfort. He's only found now the Desolator. He's still 3,000 gold behind the PL, who has the Heart now finish, and already has a Demon Edge. Oh,
he is very close to that MKB.
And it feels like a little bit like Comfort against everything on DogChamp, because like both Conker and Invoker have not really been able to keep up in terms of net worth. There is now a BKB on the Invoker. Maybe that is going to change things around. Comfort is gonna go in here. BKB gonna be used. They find the Bane already. They find Luki. Buyback from the Bane to join back into this fight. But they don't want to go onto the PL as his Aegis is about to expire in 5 seconds. But they could turn this around. Then Yareen is gonna get Yule Sceptered up here. The disarm perfectly timed here, and they get the kill onto the Weaver. And now Stonebank, he doesn't have an Aegis anymore, but can they kill him is going to be the question. With the Dream Call gonna be there from Ray Lalisa. They're just gonna focus on this PA. PA trying to stand strong here, and they find the kill onto the PA, and Stonebank still alive. Still tucking, trying to get away. The ward does not give the vision. Doppelganger away. And actually Doppelganger straight in.
Risky.
They are gonna have some damage here from the Soulsky, and they're gonna find this kill. Ray Lalisa in the backline. This is now 4 heroes down for DogChamp. And Ray Lalisa is gonna jump to his orb. Gonna be charged through. That's also a dieback on Bloody 9. That's not as bad as I thought.
No, he had to buy back, walk all the way back, and honestly, if he hadn't done that, I think the PA doesn't even die. So it was very important to avoid that the game gets turned by Feldberg. But they found themselves a great engagement at the start. Both of the supports immediately dead. I don't think we saw a Rolling Thunder from Luki. No, we definitely did not. And that's a big advantage in the team fight.
Although at the same time here, they're going to go straight onto the Conker again. They know there is no global silence, as the silencer is still dead. And Zor getting very low, but will survive. Although Ray Lalisa is in! He's in! Into the tier 3, that's going to be the bash, isn't that? That's a Rolling Thunder coming through from Luki, but that... I mean, those are very big kills there, and they get the kill on the Panko as well with the beautiful Sunstrike there.
Oh dear. So something that I wanted to say at the start of the game, or like in the mid game, was that, well, I've seen Ray Lalisa play like an absolute psychopath murderer in previous games, where he runs after targets without thinking about life or limb. And he has been very reserved this game, as we watch Yaren take another fall. and this was definitely the Rayla Lisa that I know from previous week. That's for sure.
Yeah, and now that's 3 heroes dead, 2 of them cores. And Comfort, he's knocking on your base.
He is, and you know what? If the heroes are just falling one by one, then it doesn't matter that much that DogChamp has the better team fight or that they have a PL who can, you know, in these long fights build up all these illusions. So what illusion build up? You're on your own. All your wave push is dead.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a tier 3 now down. How the tides have turned here, and looking for this Rax to get the melee, and they're gonna back off. This discipline shown there from Felt, they only go for the melee Rax, as Puck is back alive. And this has definitely turned this game around for them. The PA is gonna have a Satanic now? That's
Messing
gonna
up
be scary. There's gonna be a smoke here. Dire did not like what just happened. Shu, it's gonna find the global silence, but not gonna be enough to save his life. And they found the Invoker as well. Invoker already dead. Comfort is gonna go in, finds the Bane. There is still a BKB here for the PA, but she's just chain locked down here. Another chain lock. Do they have the damage to bring her down? There's a BKB, but doesn't get the Satanic hit off. And is gonna get a down. Stonebank with the ultra kill. Oh.
There is the team fight. So hard for a PA to find any target without immediately getting bounced on by Luki Luki. And she does pick a target, she just gets bounced on. It feels sad because that was a very nice sequence of kills they just made, but that doesn't actually mean that they've solved the PL problem. They've just gotten a stay of execution.
And Stonebank gonna be X-marked back away from the tower. And it really does feel like for Felt, their team fight needs to be executed very, very well in order for them to win it. Or like, you need to find like that one pickup, another pickup, another pickup. Now, all 5 of the Dire are alive while the PA is still dead for 20 seconds. They're gonna claim this tier 3.
One of the things that happened in the interim between the high ground push, the previous high ground push from DogChamp and this one, is that the MKB got finished. It's one of the reasons that the PA also died. So she now has to play careful once again. Her evasion has significantly diminished. Direct smoke up. They know that this Roshan is probably happening.
Yeah, and they want to contest this. There's going to be the Sunstrike for Vision. The charge coming through. Wake Me Up already in there. It's going to be Dream Called up. That's going to be the first hero going to go down. And now the rest of Radiant is arriving. They still want to take this fight. Torrent coming through the boat. But the Rolling Thunder there from Luki Luki going into the backlines, finding the Silencer and the Invoker. Comfort still standing there. A very disjointed fight here, but I feel like it's just good for DogChamp. They just get to prod and poke, prod and poke. Now Comfort is going to go in, tries to fight against Stonebank. And now looking for Bloody Nine, but Bloody Nine with the Fiend's Grip goes back against Comfort. Comfort now going to be ill stepped up, doesn't have his BKB anymore, and they're looking to turn this around onto Comfort. He has Satanic, but it's not going to be enough. And that is a dead PA. BKB used here by the Invoker just to retreat.
And he is going to get out there, but yeah, they throw the Spirit Breaker in spite of the fact that he bought back in the last fight, so that's an immediate dieback. And after that, the global needs to get popped immediately. It means that if Bane kites it out, he can actually get a full, well, almost a full duration Fiend's Grip on that PA, which is something that he hasn't been able to before, but it feels so good when you get their only damage source locked down like that. And then, yeah, thanks to the Fractured Fight, as you said, they can pick off others one by one while they kite that PA out.
Yeah, like, most of that BKB was spent being gripped by the Bane. That is the power of a position 5 Bane. You just negated like one core who has a $4,000 BKB item. And just said, nope, you don't get to play the game.
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, now that's gonna be another Aegis in the hands of the PL. Who got the shard, by the way? Was it the PL as well, I believe? He at least has his. Could also have been the Weaver. It was PLs, okay.
Rax equalized.
Yep.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and yeah, Felt is right back into the squeeze. At this point, they gotta get themselves a sequence where they can pick off DogChamp one by one again. They do still have very good chase with that Spirit Breaker, with the PA, but it's going to take a miracle for them to actually get the opportunity, because I don't see a reason for DogChamp to split up right now.
Yeah, and like the only hero that feels like it can be split up is like this Puck, and Puck with his mobility can be pretty much anywhere. You also see Dane.
Puck is a Lincoln's, you don't get to charge him. Those days are over.
Yeah. And even if you charge him, he can Yule Scepter the Spirit Breaker. Although the Spirit Breaker does have a Shadow Blade, so I guess that doesn't work as well. But it's really gonna be on Feld. Can they find another sequence, as you mentioned? You have level 25 for the PL. He has now he went for the Doppelganger CD, so it is gonna be very hard locking him down.
Only 6 seconds on that Doppelganger, absolutely brutal. They get him once here though, purely by accident.
Hey, accident is just a skill with luck. So now they're gonna go through the top lane here and gonna go straight at this tier 3, and they only show this PL. He has Aegis for another 2 minutes. Soar, gets the tidal wave. Bring him a little bit closer, but not nearly enough. The charge now coming through from Wake Me Up. They have like they have good poke with that, but it's just not enough against the heart of Stonebank.
He can out-sustain one of them. They have to really engage into him as Comfort tries here.
Does jump in there. Has now the Lotus Orb on himself. There's a Dream Coil, connects onto Comfort, forced to use his BKB, but that just allows the PL to hit this Rax. At the same time, Luki gonna get jumped. Luki is going to die. Stonebank is now between 5 heroes by himself. The rest of the team only slowly approaching, but he is so tanky. Turns it around onto the Conker. Conker forced to go back to his fountain to drink some water. Meanwhile, Stonebank kills some buildings.
Ouch. And this is the beginning of the end. There's, as you said, he was surrounded by 4 heroes. They can't even touch him right now. He didn't even use his Manta style to purge off the global, because he was like, nah, they probably don't even kill me.
They now are going to go in with the Rolling Thunder, connecting onto the Conker here. They want to have this Admiral down. The Stormcrafter not going to be enough, and now also looking for Comfort, who doesn't have his BKB anymore. It's already been used earlier, and now the damage coming through here. The PL arrives. That's going to be the Satanic. Comfort still does a lot of damage himself, but the Fiend's grip to end it all off there by Blood9. Buyback here from the PH. He wants to fight back. Yoreen, can he get out of here? He can not, as he is going to go down. And Bloody9 is also not going to be so lucky. The Sunstrike is going to finish him off. And they actually find Luki. That would be a dieback here. This is the kind of fight that Radiant wants. It cost them a buyback on the PA. But finding one kill after another, Luki finds a haste rune. No.
Not this time. Oh, and this is where you'd actually love to have Roshan up so you can take it for your PA that just bought back, but it's still on the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah. Let's we take a quick look here as we see as they engage under the tier 4s here. What turned this fight around here after the PA died, Gibbs?
Honestly, most of the tank on DogChamp is just empty. They threw everything they had at killing the PA here. The grip all the way at the end, all of the green triangles are nice and empty, and then Yaren enjoys himself a little bit too much. As you can see, the Puck has nearly no HP left as well, has to bail in the trees. It's an empty tank, and it's exactly the one scenario that they couldn't force before.
Mm-hmm. They did lose a second set of racks with that. Oh, Soldier finds the Puck here. The Tornado connects with it as well, and Ray Lalisa has a Yule set, but can he make his way out of there? Phase shift.
Blink.
Meatball coming down, jump away. not gonna be good enough. And that's another kill here. I mean, they're finding these pickoffs. It's just they can't really converge them into anything more.
No, and especially not anymore now that all of their lanes are naturally pushing in. Their wave push isn't that great to begin with. The only thing that they've really had going for a while now is Solji's Forge Spirit's split pushing. It's one of the reasons that he is still decently farmed in a game in which he has been, honestly, mostly locking in his base.
He went for at the level 25, the 2.5 times Quasvex Exort passive effect, not the Radial Deafening Blast.
Especially because this is a game where there is a lot of kiting of the PL to be done, but really just all up to the spell power then.
Yes. Yeah. Zor is gonna finish his Agnum Scepter soon. And oh, charge coming through from the Spirit Breaker, who has his own Agnum Scepter. So the charge is going to be there.
These little chase outs do work wonders when you're defending it like this, because you get a lot of golds out of these kills on heroes that have a lot of net worth over you. So yeah, a couple of much needed luxury items for Felt by now, after turning around a game like that twice. But this time it's not enough for a swing. And I can imagine that they're just waiting with bated breath to see what this PL shows up with this time. And it's going to be a basher, actually. He already had that butterfly. There is an MKB now on the PA. Not necessarily something that you want to buy, but she already has BKB Satanic, so she's tanky enough to afford a luxury item here. But
also,
bash.
Well, I mentioned the Silencer is actually, like, despite the game that he's had a lot of farm thanks to the Philostone. Nice GPM bonus. And he has an A on this, and is looking towards the Refresher.
Is under attack.
And he's not that far off. If he gets to that Refresher, that double Global Silence could make the difference in a fight.
If he survives.
Yeah, that's what the Aeon Disc is for. But now the smoke here from DogChamp, they're gonna jump onto the triangle. The Dream Call already been used and nullified by the BKB of the PA. Now Torrenstorm coming out from the Conqueror as well. Global Silence. They're gonna throw everything onto Luki here, who's just gonna roll.
They got Stonebank.
Kill onto Stonebank. Just too much damage from the PA. Wake me up when September ends, and September has ended. Goodbye. But they found the kill on the PL. He bought back. That's a win condition here for Felt.
It is, and he just checked the Roshan. It is not up yet for almost 2 minutes. He cannot die. They have another charge on him. Oh, they must be so eager to go.
So eager. There's gonna be the Cataclysm throwing everything onto Stonebank. But can they find the lockdown for him? Wake Me Up. It's gonna get gone on. At the same time, the PA gonna be disarmed. There's gonna be the Fiend Script. Nothing to cancel it, and that's a dead PA. Just as there was the glimmer of hope, DogChamp shuts it down and kicks them while they're on the ground. GG's called, and they take game number 1.
Not smoothly, but really with the amount of teamfight that they have,